Celeb Secrets is hanging out with Lexi Rivera today. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. You have this new collaboration with Cupshi, which we're really
Mhm.
excited to talk about. So tell me more about, this collaboration and what made you want to team up with Cupshi for a swimwear line.
Yeah. So first of all, swimsuits are like I'm in a swimsuit most of the year, and I love like tropical vacations. I love like the designing process, and I love swimsuits in general. And then when it came to Cupshi, I like know how much work they put into like designing their pieces, and it just sounded like a really cool opportunity, and I'm glad I did it. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Were there any like deciding factors that you were just like, yes, like this is it. If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it with Cupshi.
Well, when they mentioned we'd go to Hawaii, I was all in. I'm just kidding. Yeah, honestly, like I saw some of the people that they worked with. I saw, their lines with other people, and I was just really interested.
That's amazing. So you need to tell me all about this Hawaii shoot and how it was.
It was so cool. The call times were a little earlier than we
Okay.
used to, but it was very different because like I'm by no means like a model, but on that trip I definitely felt like one. But they were just, like day shoots, like super cool locations. Everything was set up really well. I was just, yeah, it was different for me. I'm not used to that type of, work day, but it was definitely very fun.
Oh, that had to be exciting, to have like your little model moment. Do you maybe have any like favorite memories specifically?
Yeah. Honestly, probably like the first day we went to like this really cool beach. Like we took a boat there, and it
Okay.
was I actually think it was called like Secret Beach. So I don't know if I'm allowed. No, I'm just kidding. But it was really cool, and they kind of just made me feel really comfortable like on the first day. So yeah, that day stands out.
That's awesome. And is there one word that you would use to describe the vibe of this Island Time swimwear collection?
I would say sexy is one
Okay.
word. There's a
Okay.
lot of words, but yeah.
Okay. And is there a piece that's your personal favorite?
Yes, I love, there's two cheetah print ones, and they're both very, very cute. And there's also like a cheetah dress and then a cheetah shirt and pants. And I love anything cheetah. So
Okay. And how would you kind of like describe your style and how did that influence these pieces that you put together?
I would say my style is it's a little all over the place, but I try to strive for like a classier, chic vibe. And then when it comes to swimsuits, like very, I love like the prints, and I love like the specific like cuts that are in the line that you'll see.
That's awesome. And you did mention that there are swimsuits and then you have a little other pieces. So I want to know how you're going to style these outfits from beach to dinner. Like, what do you really put into them to make it where it could be an all day fit?
I would say, like, for example, if I wore the cheetah print swimsuit during the day, I would obviously wear the cheetah print dress at night for dinner. There's a really cute, like, like it's like a starfish, like little dress with like cutouts. Like, that is really cute for like dinners, and it can even be cute for like daytime. A lot of these pieces are like daytime and nighttime. It just depends how you dress them up.
Absolutely. And is there like an unexpected inspiration that really helped shape the pieces that you chose?
Not necessarily. I think I just kind of went with what I would wear, and yeah, just went from there.
Outside of your time shooting in Hawaii, did you get to explore at all? Can you tell me more about the full experience?
Yeah, so obviously, like for the shoot days, like we got to see a lot of cool places, and everything was super beautiful. And then we also went to like a little beach when we had a little bit of time, just before pictures. And then I actually went to Foodland. It was on my bucket list. I had to go get their poke, so
Oh,
we did that.
amazing, amazing. I love it. And I love how inclusive Cupshi is. And obviously, your pieces are very, very inclusive for everyone. What do you think makes it special and set aside from other swimsuit lines that are going to be out on the market?
I would say just the styles in general. Like they're very, like a lot of them are just different from what I've seen on the market. There's one that's kind of like a seashell like vibe. Like you'll see, they're very cute. They're very different. And I think anyone that gets them will feel pretty confident.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of work that goes into it. You know, like the modeling shoot was really fun and then you get to talk about it, but I'm sure there was a lot behind the scenes that had to go down. Can you maybe detail that process and what that was like for you?
Yeah, so I went in for sizing a few times and then they kind of laid out mood boards of like what the vibe might be. I kind of got to pick like what I wanted the vibe to be. And we had a few locations in mind before deciding on Hawaii. But ultimately, you know, obviously for swimsuits, Hawaii is going to be the number one pick. But it was really cool just seeing like the pieces on paper like come to life and being able to wear them, and it was just super cool, the whole process.
Yeah, that's got to be an amazing feeling. Is there something maybe that surprised you about this process that you could share?
I mean, the whole thing surprised me. I've never really done anything like this. So, I mean, yeah, like I didn't know how much work goes into making the pieces and all the designing process. I like had no idea.
No, totally, totally. Now, who was the first person that you showed kind of like the finished product to in your family or friend circle, and what were kind of their first reactions?
My mom.
Okay.
I really value my mom's opinion, so she was the first one I showed. And obviously she loved them.
I love how, you know, to see when you started out on social media to where you are now. You have like 8 million Instagram followers, like 29 million TikTok followers. Which platform feels most like home for you right now?
I would say my Instagram is most like I tried to like kind of show my like personal vibe on my Instagram the most, because I feel like with pictures and things like that, it's easier to, you know, show your personality kind of. Actually, well, not really personality, but like my personal style is easier to show on like Instagram.
Yes.
Personality wise is probably TikTok and YouTube, but I would feel like style is Instagram.
Okay. Okay. And what do you love most about each platform? Because you are showing a different side of you on each of these platforms to your followers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so Instagram is like the very like professional, like chic Lexi. TikTok is like the fun. I do like trending videos, like dances. That's where I like do most of that kind of stuff on TikTok. And then YouTube is it's also very trend based, but yeah, I still get to show my personality within the, you know, 20-minute long videos.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, you've featured family in your content before. I feel like you kind of started with doing videos with your brother. What's something your brother Brent still teases you about from your early videos?
Oh gosh, everything. I was like, he used to do like skits and things. So like in the beginning, I was like kind of like acting, which is like not something that I thought I was getting into. But like his skits would be very like, you know, script based, but obviously content has changed along the way. So luckily we don't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Totally, totally. And how do you guys keep up with the trends? Because, you know, you guys have been around for a bit. I've been doing this for over 10 years. So I've even seen how the content's changed with what you've been posting.
Yeah, no, it's difficult because in the beginning I was posting a YouTube video every week.
Yeah.
Now it's more so every 2 weeks because it's just like, it's a lot to like juggle, but I don't keeping up with the trends is just kind of like seeing what other people are doing. Taking inspiration is important, and just, you know, it's also important that like you start trends, so I try to do that too.
Oh, for sure. And what's something maybe you've learned about friendships versus relationships you've had, and how has that shaped what you're looking for in 2026?
Yeah, I would say like my friendships, I kind of keep them a little bit personal. I have a lot of like long-term friends that I've known since I was like 7 years old, which is really good. But I love how they don't do what I do. So, you know, when I'm done with work and I clock out and I get to hang out with my friends, it's just, we don't talk about work, we don't think about work. And I think there's a good balance to that.
That's amazing. And is there maybe any like behind the scenes secrets from when you're making your videos that we wouldn't know, or even curating your content that we wouldn't know when we're scrolling and watching it online?
Oh gosh. I mean, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff that gets cut out. Sometimes I'll like, whether I'm like laughing too hard, whether I can't get the words out. There's a lot of those where I just like can't talk. So things like that.